What it do, everybody? We are getting into a Serum patch here. It is a distorted guitar saw lead. This is going to be simple, easy, and you can recreate it in a million different ways. So let me show you what I mean here so far. This is a saw wave in Serum, basically using the amp for the distortion, and it's very simple. We're going to go and check this out. This preset will be in my Patreon, and you'll be able to get all my other presets as well if you support me there. Otherwise, just stay focused. We're going to get this preset done right now together. There's a couple of things that we need first. Oscillator A and oscillator B need to be turned on, and we need to be using the default shape. We're going to work in oscillator A first. Right now, it sounds like this without the amp here at the bottom, and with it, sounds like that. So this effect here is doing a lot of the work. We're going to get into that soon. Oscillator A, you have to just switch to 7 voices, 7 unison, turn it down, the detune to 0.08. It's putting it more towards the middle here as we detune the voices. Bend plus is going to be turned on. We're going to have this at 21%. It's kind of bending the wavetable. Level here is at 75. This is all standard. Oscillator B is going to be something big. I'm playing D2 right now. This is D3. Oscillator B goes on, but it's -1 octave. Introducing some lower frequencies. This level is turned down to 50%. And we're using FM from A. And we're bringing in this wavetable into oscillator B by using FM from A. This is at 27%. 0, 27. We're combining these frequencies, very nice. Now we're going to use the filtration system. Turn your filter on. And we're removing a lot of these high frequencies at 860 hertz. This is to prepare for this distortion. The distortion is going to turn on and introduce a lot of harsh frequencies. So we're kind of removing these harsh frequencies beforehand. Resonance is 10%. Cool. Envelope section. This is the shape of our sound. The decay is 326 milliseconds and the sustain is 0. That's why we got it all short and tight. And sometimes we want it to be even shorter. And you can even turn this decay down, depending on what you like. You can turn glide on over here too if you want it to glide between notes. But right now we're just going to let it chill. No glide. There's also no effects. Very simple patch here. We're not using the LFO, only envelope 1 here. Easy. Back out. Then we're going to add this EQ8. If we didn't have this EQ8 cutting, it would sound a lot different. We're cutting at 215. Removing these. And once again, we're preparing for this effect. This effect is going to do some big work. Ableton has amp. And if you put it on lead and 87% dry wet, you'll get this. The dry and wet would turn down a little bit. We put it on lead. The other settings technically could work, but lead is just the cleanest. That's D1, D2. If you don't have Ableton, you can use other distortion plugins like Guitar Rig and try different amplifiers. Turn down the masters. And then you can distort it in many different ways. Even overdrive in Ableton uses a little bit of distortion. And you can put these together if you wanted for more distortion, right? Right now we're just keeping the amp on. Then we need to write some notes. We're kind of writing a riff here. So we start at D1. Lower octave, root note, D, And we're kind of repeating this. So this pattern right here is half a bar going to 1.3, half a bar here, 4 notes. We're just going down, up, but these 2 notes are changing slightly. So we're staying on the root note and we're slightly changing between the 3rd and the 2nd over and over. And then once we go halfway through, I can introduce some upper voicings like these notes here. Just have fun with it. I can even go higher if I wanted to. Like these are some notes that could work high. So this works in many octaves and you can really have fun with it, layering and getting it all pumped up. Remember, this right now has all the EQ8 cut out. There's a sub playing, a separate sub. My own sub. Let's turn that off real quick. This is the regular sound. We remove all this mud for a reason, so that we can add our own separate sub. But you may not want to do that. You may want to use the sub in this sound. And it sounds pretty heavy. Like, well, listen, there's many ways you can use this depending on the EQ. You can EQ it however you need to sound cool. You can use those lows, but usually I like to have my own separate lows. So I just cut it real clean over here. Add my own lows. Cool. Simple patch, electric, distorted, guitar lead. You know what it is. Lots of these are in so many different types of songs. So I want you guys to experiment and go crazy with the distortion on top of a basic saw lead. You know what it is. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.